It's not necessary to find out where these beliefs or embedded patterns came from. You don't need to go trawling through your past to discover the source of them. Sometimes, though, as you spot them, it will become quite obvious. Oh, yeah, that's why I'm like this. That's where I got it from. But the understanding of it isn't important. What's important is to start to observe and see these patterns in yourself. There's some very common ones I see working with people. I'm to blame. Oh, I don't know, it could be some belief picked up as a small child, and maybe we're told off a lot, and you're to blame for this. Well, we could go up believing that, and then take that into adult life, and I'm to blame. I know a lot of people like that, and actually I don't know really what they think they're to blame for, but they do seem to think they're to blame for everything. Because that's how they interpret. It's not their fault, it's a product of their conditioning. What other one might we have? Victim one is very common. The world's against me. Well, then it is. Yes, you're right. But would you consciously choose that? If you hold that belief and you see that belief pattern, then that is going to be your experience. You're going to be pushing against the world. You're not going to see possibilities of collaboration, or it's because that's your starting point. Am I making sense to you? And if we're not very careful, these patterns can, they do. They impact very greatly on our life and what comes back to us. I'll tell a little story about a friend of mine. His pattern was that he wasn't to blame for anything. Everybody else was to blame for everything that went on in his life, which kind of kept him pretty stuck, really, because it meant he could never have to look at himself, because if he was never to blame, then he didn't need to change. So it was a kind of difficult place to be, quite stuck. But his wife, lovely lady, blamed herself. I'm to blame for everything, which kind of worked in that relationship until she started to become more mindful, and then he had to change. And you didn't choose a lot of this. You didn't choose this programming, did you? A lot of it was delivered to you. And my guess is, some of it may have been helpful at the time that, you learnt it, but these things don't apply now. I mean, my dear old mum. I went to see her the other day. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have done my social distancing or that, but she's not too bothered. But as I go in the kitchen, there's this big bowl of fruit on the table, and she says to me, help yourself to a pear. So I took a pear out of the bowl. And she goes, not one of those pears. Have one of the nice pears. You buy 2 lots of pears. What's going on here? Yes, there's the nice pears for you, and there's pears for me. Now, my mum's not short of money. What on earth is going on there? Why can't she have nice pears? There's some 1950s post-war austerity learning acting itself out in 2020. Can you see how it works? I hope to get over that one. She's enjoying the nice pears now. But you can't get over these patterns until you see them. So we can get really quite a very uncomfortable part of our practice. We start to see these layers of learning. And the Buddhists talk about literally peeling away layers from an onion. Oh, look, I do that, I do that, I do that. Oh, look, I always react like this. Or I've always had this belief. Is it true? Is it real? I've always had this opinion of this person. Well, hang on a minute. Maybe if I let go of that for a moment, then I might see other possibilities there. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you were right. But if we hold too tightly to that mindset, to that view of the world, it does rather limit us and rather change us. And it keeps us stuck within the possibilities determined by our past. Now, sometimes when I'm teaching this, particularly at the start, when I'll say something like, typically let go of the past. Sometimes we will get quite uptight about that, and I say, but I am my past. This is me. I can't let go of my past. That's who I am. I am this story of me, the history of me. That's me. And for those people, that is true, and that's very sad. It's not true for you, because you are free to be all the other possibilities of you, or the other experiences of you that are not contained within your past. Why be limited by that? You didn't choose it. And as you start to stand back and observe your conditioning, well, that's liberation, isn't it? That's freedom. And then in the East, they have this term called enlightenment, which I suppose, if there is an aim to meditation, then I suppose really there isn't. It is an awakening of mind, and that really is, it's developing the space to see beyond the deception of your perception, to see beyond the limitations of your belief, to see outside of your understanding, and to open yourself up to possibilities that you didn't think were possible.